we at? 5 minutes? Yeah. Okay, so we'll get started. Worksheet number 6, Roman numerals for the Latin 8s. Okay, so you guys who are in chat, feel free to participate, shout out some answers, chat-wise. Just a quick review of what we talked about in class. So the numbers 1 through 10, the words for the numbers, you can see here. Unus, which is has 3 different forms, a masculine form, a feminine form, a neuter form. So unus, una, unum. 2, which is duo, duai, duo. And 3, which is tres and tria. All the numbers after that just have one form. So quator, quinque, sex, septem, octo, novem, decem. That's not really what we focused in on. We focused instead on Roman numerals. So we talked about the different values, the different Roman numeral values that exist. So we have I for 1, V for 5, X for 10, L for 50, C for 100, D for 500, M for 1000. We also talked about how to combine them, okay? So the big rule, if you've got a small number after a large number, so if it goes big, small, you add them together. So xi gives me 11 because x is 10, I is 1, so 10 is bigger than 1, 10 plus 1 is 11. And if it's the opposite, if you flip them and you put the smaller one first and then the bigger number, we subtract. So I is 1, x is 10, because the ones in front of the 10, we make 9. And the key takeaway from our lesson today and from the slides is when you build them, you need to build these Roman numerals by places. So if you look at a big number like 749, you need to build 700, which is DCC. Then you need to build 40, which is XL. And then you need to build 9, which is IX. And you smash them all together. And that's how you get your Roman numeral. Okay? So starting with just the basics, okay? I would be 1, right? 2 I's is going to be 2. 3 I's is going to be 3. For 4, we're going to do the subtraction. We're going to take 1 from 5, and we're going to make 4 that way. So as I told you guys in class, 4s and 9s, anything that involves a 4 and a 9, expect to do a little bit of subtraction. Okay? V is, of course, for 5. VI for 6, VII for 7, VIII for 8. We're at the 9 column, which means we're going to do some subtraction. So to get 9, we take 1 from 10. So we do IX. And then 10 is X. For 11, we make 10 and 1. So 10 is X, 1 is I. 12, we make 10, and then 2. 13, we make 10, and then 3. 14, we make 10, and then we make 4. 15 is 10, and 5. 16 is 10, and 6. 17 is 10, and 7. 18 is 10, and 8. 19, we make 10, and then we make 9. So don't fall into that trap of making 20 and trying to subtract 1 from it. You have to make 10, and then you make 9. So X for 10, IX for 9. And then 20 would be double X. For 21, right, we make 20, XX, and then I for 1. 22, we make 20, XX, we make 2. 23, double X, I. 24, double X, IV for 4. 25, double X, and a V. 26, double X, VI for 6. 27, double X, VII for 7. 28, double X, VIII. 29, be careful, make 20, which is XX, and then make 9. Don't try to take 1 from 30. 20, and then 9. And then 30, triple X. And those are your 1 through 30s. Now we get into the fancies. Okay, so chat, feel free to shout some answers out. I'm going to go down each column, so I'm going to do this one first, and then I'm going to do this one, and then I'm going to do this one. So if you want to stay ahead of the curve, feel free to throw some answers in the chat box, and we'll see how we do. Okay? So when I look at XL, VII, the first thing I see is XL. XL is 40, V is 5, II 2 more, so 47. CLX, I see 100, I see 50, and I see 10. And I'm going to zoom in on this a little bit more so you guys can see. There we go. I see 100, I see 50, and I see 10, and they're all in order from biggest to smallest. So all I'm going to do is add them together, and that's going to give me 160. MCM, I have 1,000, then I have 100, and then I have 1,000. So what I need to do is deal with this subtraction. So that CM makes 900. So I have 1,000, then I have 900, then I have 50, 60, and then I have IV, which is 4. So that is 1,964. M for 1,000, CM for 900, LX for 60, and IV for 4. DCXL, excellent. Yep, so D is 500, C is 100, that makes 600, and XL is 40. So we got 640. Sweet. What's up, Jaden? You kind of get an eye for these after you do them long enough. Like you're looking for those subtraction ones. You're looking for CD. You're looking for XL. You're looking for CM or XC. There's only certain subtraction ones that you're gonna find. For instance, we have M, which is 1,000. C and then D. This is gonna be 100 from 500, so that's 400. XIX is 19, so 1,419. M for 1,000, CD is 400, XIX 19. CLIV, C and L, ooh, be careful. C is 100, L rather is 50. I think you just got your values off a little bit. So this is going to be 154. I think you were thinking CD and not CL. That's 2,000. CCC is 300. XL is 40. And double I is 2. So 2,342. Again, that's 2 M's, that's 2,000. 3 C's, that's 300. XL makes 40. And double I makes 2. Excellent, excellent, excellent. L, triple XIX. So excellent job, Mark. You've got a 50. Then you've got 3 10s after it. So we're just going to add all these together. 50, 60, 70, 80. And then IX is 9. So that's going to be 89. So this is what I mentioned in class. Like, that's a long numeral. It's got a lot of values to it. But it doesn't mean it's necessarily a giant number. Okay? And then scooching over here. Okay. DV, I wanted to illustrate with DV, like the fact that there are no placeholder zeros. Excellent, excellent, excellent. D is 500 and V is 5. So we have 505. They did not have like a placeholder 0 that they would put in. It's just, if you don't need that digit, you don't need it. So you make 500 and you make 5. And that's how you do 505. You guys are on a roll, so keep going while I take a sip. Oh, very close, very close. CIV, yep, 100 and IV makes 4. 104. CIX would be 109. How about this one? CM, XC, VII. This is subtraction. This is subtraction. Excellent. 997. Perfect. Right. When I see a C and an M, that's 900. XC, that's 90. VII makes 7. And the last one, CD, L, III. 453. Yep. I think the 99 you just already had in your chat. Looks good. In some ways, I actually think it's harder to do it this way, to get a Roman numeral and to convert it, because I feel like your eyes can play tricks on you sometimes. Whereas down here, where we're converting the other way, I kind of feel like I'm a little bit more in control. Where I know how to make 700, I know how to make 30, I know how to make 7. So I actually find this to be a little bit easier. So 700, easiest way to make that is going to be DCC. All right, that's 500, 600, 700. 30 is triple X, and 7 VII. DCC, XXX, VII. Sweet. Okay. 1258, remember that's 1,258, which is exactly the way that you say it, right? So you make 1,000 M, you make 200 CC, you make 50 L, and you make 8. Oh, you're so close, Mark. I think you just forgot one I at the end. I always mess that up too with the two I's and the 3 I's. So 1,250, and then we add our 8 at the end. So the longest single component is actually the 8. Go for it. 3,270. So we make 3,000 MMM, 200 CC, 70 would be LXX. Looks good. Nice job, Max. And 99, we're going to do it the real way. We're not going to do it the rare shortcut way. We're going to make 90, and then we're going to make 9. So XC, oops, XC for 90, IX for 9. For 2,708, we're going to make 2,000, we're going to make 700, and we're going to make 8. $609, again, don't worry about placeholders, right? Excellent. You make 600, and you make 9. DCIX. 337, 300s, CCC, 30, XXX, 7, VII. And for 464, I think 4s and 9s, I always think subtraction. So 400, CD, 60, LX, 4, IV. 464. Ooh, ooh, ooh. And last row here, 297, we make 200 CC, we make 90 XC, and we make 7 VII. Excellent, Mark. Looks good. For 1505, we make 1,000, we make 500, we make 5. So that would be, excuse me, losing my voice. That's going to be 1,000, 500, 5. Excellent, Jaden. Nice job. 807, looking at Max in the chat. D, I think you got one too many C's in there. So D for 500, CCC makes it 800. And then VII. That's okay. D for 500, 3 more C's to make it 800, and then VII for 7. And then 124, we make 100, which is C. We make 20, XX, and we make 4, ID. And now down here, let me zoom out a little bit so we can actually see these. We have some Roman numeral math, everyone's favorite. Taking your two favorite classes, smashing them together. So quad son octo et octo. Octo's 8, another octo makes 16. So for 16, we've got X for 10, and VI for 6. So think about what the word et means, right? Et means and. So this is essentially how the Romans would do addition. They would use the word et. So quod sunt septem et undecim. Septem is 7. Undecim is 11. So 7 and 11, by my count, I believe that makes 18, which is what I think Mark has in the chat as well. So 18 was 10, and then B, I for 18. You guys might want to put your English answer or your Arabic answer as well. Otherwise, we're going to have a lot of things in the chat box, and people aren't going to really know which one's which. Quod sunt viginti minus quinque. Viginti, as I told you guys, is 20. Quinque is 5. Hey, James. So 20 minus 5, that's going to be 15. So that's XV. Throw in some new vocabulary here too. Bis in the next one. Bis means twice. Triginta is 30. So what is twice 30? Twice 30 is, of course, 60. Nice. Twice 30 would be 60, and that is, of course, as Mark said, LX. Sweet. You're good, Jaden. I got you. I can read both numeral systems at the same time. Oh, so this one's a little tricky. This word ter means thrice or 3 times. Okay. So the Romans aren't big like order of operations people. So this number here, viginti et septem, is 27. So 3 times 27 is what I was going for, which would be 81. 27 times 3 is 81. 81. So that would be LXXX, and then I for 1. Just so you guys can see what big numbers look like, ducenti, right? Centum is 100. Ducenti would be 200. It's okay. Quadraginta, that's 40. And noem, of course, is 9. So 249 would be 200 cc, 40 xl, 9 ix. What is this next one asking? Quo anno Schola Latina Bostoniensis condita est? What is the answer I'm looking for there? Quo anno Schola Latina Bostoniensis condita est? You probably got it written on a shirt or a hat or your agenda book, or you've memorized it like a good Latin school kid would. That is, of course, the year 1635. So M for 1000, DC for 600, XXX for 30, and V for 5. In what year was BLS founded? Absolutely. Okay. And the next one, quo anno Christopher Columbus ad novum mundum advenit. What could that one be asking? Yeah, 1492. So 1000 M, 400 CD, 90 XC, and 2. Aye, aye. Yeah, apparently it's gonna I think you guys can probably figure out why. So I'm gonna deny it. Um, how many days are there in September is what it's asking. So I won't see anybody put it in the chat. You could, probably get away with it by doing this, right? There you go. There we go. You don't know how to tell? 30 days have September, April, June, and November. There's also a fun knuckle trick that I'll teach you guys at some point. But basically, you can count your knuckles. And yeah, everybody seems to be glitching a little bit. So the last one, how many days are there in September? That would be 30. Okay. So I'm going to cut it there. This one will be a little shorter. Probably end up being closer to 20, 22 minutes, something like that. Thank you guys for being here. And I know, Mark, you haven't had class yet, so you are going to be rocking and rolling tomorrow when I see you. For everybody else, thank you, thank you, thank you. If I don't see you tomorrow, make sure you turn in your homework. All right, guys. Have a good one.